Hello, 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 and welcome to Tarot Spills the Tea. All right, you guys. So I told you that I was going to stay on it, and I am still on it. I am still following the avatar, and as much as I can. And when I say that, that's because I cannot take too much of the avatar. But here's a question that I wanted to ask Tarot, and now is as good as time as any. All right, especially since I actually seen that they came out together and had a show together. Like, I guess for real, for real. So my question is, why is Avatar recruiting Wiley as a co-host? And I chose the word recruiting for a reason. That's how it feels to me. And I was actually gonna like drop down a diagram and everything of like when the army recruits people, the process. But then I was like, you know what, Indigo, you're doing a little bit too much. So I didn't do that. All right. However, what I did do instead of that was I went ahead and clarified every single card. So there is 5 positions, as you guys already know. And then I do a bonus position. And so each one of those positions, whether they be reversed or not, they're clarified with my deck. So let's jump in. And I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul, and I do have a spiritual website at unapologeticallysage.com. Lots of topics there. And also, I just thought now's a good time to let you guys know. I know I always mention that when I clarify, I do use my own Ultimate Clarifiers deck that I designed by channeling my guardian angels, and everything has a guidebook and everything. And no, it's not available for sale. It is just for me to get the ultimate clarification. And sometimes I show you guys when I get to this profile type of page, I show you guys the pink one and then sometimes this dark one. Well, I thought I should let you guys know the dark one is actually the back of my cards. And this is the official back of my cards. The pink one is my official logo. So anyway, moving right along. So in the first position, and just as a reminder, this question is, why is the avatar recruiting Wiley as a co-host? Okay, that is my question. I wanted to know because I already did one on him, which I labeled part 1, and there is a part 2, and I was just debating on whether or not to even give this person that much energy. But I mean, it's done already, so eventually I probably will release it. But in the meantime, between time, I wanted to see I just sat back and kind of watched to see, is she really serious? Is Avatar like really serious with like having a show with Wiley? And I saw, excuse me, you guys, that's my allergies. I saw on Monday, like I said, I can only watch so much, okay? I can only watch so much until I feel nauseated when he talks. So I have to stop. And I don't watch other people's like tarot analogy or commentary or whatever, because I have my own. So I don't have to watch anyone else's, and I don't want any kind of subconscious influences and stuff. So the past position, as it relates to this question, why does the avatar, as we know as Monica, why is she recruiting? And like I said, it's recruiting. Why is she recruiting Wiley? So in the past, as it relates to this question, it is the King of Swords, and he was in reverse. All right. And as you guys know, I'm showing you guys in the upright. So King of Swords was in reverse for the past. The past position relates to the current and the present position, which would be the next position coming up. All right. They're using this to influence their decision. All right. Your power and status requires you to be serene and certain in the way you handle your responsibilities. Reversed. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That means it got too heavy for her. That's why it was in reverse. Also, this card in reverse, it's common that it represents narcissism. Okay? That's common. And as I've already said and already stated, that I feel like she's a narcissist, and I don't have a PhD in narcissism. However, I've grown up surrounded by them. I know them very well. I'm still surrounded by them, and there is a tab on my website called The Narc in My Arse, where I talk all about how to recognize a narcissist in your life. All right, and you go from feeling like a victim to feeling like a survivor. Okay. From that narcissistic abuse. So I can say I know a narcissist when I see one, and she is one. You know, the avatar is one. So I'm not surprised this came in reverse, but also what I'm saying is in reverse, taking out the narcissism. You know, upright, this person, the King of Swords, can maintain serene, they can be serene and certain and handle responsibilities perfectly well. This is a wonderful leader upright. It was in reverse though. It was in reverse. So it got heavy, which is part of what influenced this decision of recruiting Mr. Wiley. So before we go on to the clarifier from my deck, let me bring your attention to the bottom of your screens. No matter what screen you are looking at, whether it be a PC, laptop, your iPhone, Android phone, iPads, whatever it is you're looking at. Look at that red bar at the bottom. What it says is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is alleged and not to be used as facts. Every time you see this red bar at the bottom with that sentence in it, please apply it and know that that applies to the words that I am speaking out of my mouth. Now let's go ahead and sage this out. The clarifier for that reversed King of Swords. The card said, I feel like I am drowning, and I got the image of a sinking ship. And you know, once a ship is damaged and it's sinking and it has a big hole, like there's a point where you just have to abandon ship. You know, you can't save it. And so this is clarifying her past position as it relates. Now, this is very important to remember. This is as it relates to why she's recruiting Wiley. Because even though I'm not a fan of Avatar, I kind of was thinking, couldn't you find somebody better? I mean, like, that's the best you can do, girl. And apparently it is. Like, it is. You know, and hey, first of all, it is what it is. And I do be saying that a lot. It is what it is. And what it is crap. Bottom of the barrel type of stuff. And I understand why, because I mean, I ain't gonna sit up here and work with her. It ain't like she's knocking on my door, but I'm just saying, like, you know, anyone with any kind of decency, you know, they probably wouldn't work with her. But I was just like, dang, girl. But anyway, so yeah, the past, she felt like that it's like watching your pride and joy ship or whatever, like, sink. And that sits with you. That sits with you, and that will determine how you move forward. Okay, so let's keep going. In the present position, is the Three of Swords. Okay. And it's funny because I'm like, oh, so you do have feelings? Okay. All right. So yes, narcissists do have feelings as it relates to themselves. They don't have any feelings as it relates to anyone else. But I'm not gonna, that would be another hour or 2 hours worth of talking if I were to break that down. So basically she feels stabbed in the back. Okay. But the Three of Swords, you know, someone feeling betrayed, and more specifically feeling like irreconcilable differences ruined a relationship that she thought was healthy. And we talked about this in the last time I talked about her on, you know, why she sat up there and talked with Nosy for so long on the phone. But, and it was about, one of the clarifiers was saying that because she had got the justice card. Anyway, so go look at that if you need to, but it was talking about having healthy love. And I was telling you guys that she's delusional, because she thought, and she spoke about them being like a family, but you know, you gotta recognize that something is not right when there's, how many of it was it, like 4 or 5 of them, you know, and all of them are saying that it didn't feel like a family. I mean, one of them, you know, did call her mommy, or mom, sir, ma'am, whatever. But besides that, the majority was saying it didn't feel like a family. But you, Avatar, keeps saying that it's a family, it's a family, it's a family. Well, something ain't right. Something's not right. And even in that previous reading, it said healthy love, healthy family love, or whatever, and it was in reverse. And she doesn't seem to grasp that. And here we are right here in the present time as it relates to her recruiting Wiley. It's because she's going off the energy of being hurt and thinking that she feels like she was stabbed in the back. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to understand right now, that this woman feels like she was done wrong. Okay, whether she comes out and admits it or not, because I remember hearing some kind of interview when Wiley was a quote unquote special guest. Ain't nothing, it's one thing special about him, and that's his education. But anyway, and he was saying, do you feel used? And I believe she kind of like flip-flopped, kind of wavered a little bit on that answer, but whatever the heck she said, it doesn't matter. She does. She feels like she was done wrong. She feels like she was betrayed. She feels like she is the victim. She feels like she did help them. She does not see anything wrong with what she did. She feels like all of the wrong is on them, which is why she did not apologize. Understand and listen to me. Which actually, that was my, that's a post that I have about to release about the anatomy of the narcissist apology, because it really isn't one. Okay, it's made up. It isn't one. There's 3 different styles, but I'm not gonna go into that. But anyway, but it isn't one, and I'm gonna break it all the way down. So I suggest you guys, you know, give me a few days or whatever, and I'll post it on unapologeticallysage.com. But she's a narcissist. She's not going to apologize, and because she doesn't see a reason to, she feels like she's owed an apology. So that's what, if you don't understand narcissism, then you're not going to get it, and you're not going to understand. But they don't apologize. Let me tell you something. They don't apologize. They don't apologize. They do not apologize. They always, if anything happens, and if they are embarrassed, let me tell you something. If a narcissist feels any tinge of embarrassment, They are the victim, and you owe them not only an apology, you owe them your firstborn child. You owe them everything if you have embarrassed them. Okay? And you will never get an apology. Ever. Ever. Not even the sniff whiff of an apology. Because even when they do it, it takes a lot, and it's not a real one. It's that type of thing where it's like, well, I don't remember doing that, or I didn't say that, but if you believe that I did, it's that kind of stuff, which is not real. But there's lots of different ways that they do it, but like I said, that's all in my article that I wrote, which will be posted. So let's keep going. Let's clarify this. The Three of Swords is how that's the energy that she's working on. So like I said, she's bringing in that past energy of the crown was heavy, the ship sunk. She feels like she was stabbed in the back. So let's clarify this real quick. The clarifier, again, of course, I'm using my Ultimate Clarifiers deck, and let me just say this real quick. Everything that I'm saying, it is for entertainment purposes only, and it's alleged and not to be used as facts. However, I believe it. Okay, 100%. So the clarifier was a full bloom rose, and it was, I believe it was in reverse. And what that's all about, which actually this showed up before, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't her read. I think that was Portia's. But anyway, so what's hurting her, like what hurt, is that her show is wilting. Okay? Just like when a rose fully blooms, it's beautiful for a while, and then it wilts. It doesn't stay like that forever. There's a season, a time and a season and stuff, And so she sees her show as, wilting, and she doesn't know how to fix it. She doesn't know how to fix it. And again, she feels stabbed in the back. And that's something she didn't see coming, which is what pisses her off the most. Because she believes all narcissists believe that they're smart. They believe they're smarter than everybody, okay? And she believes that she can see and sense and, a lot of things, and has like special intuition and everything. And maybe she does, okay? Maybe she does. Because some of them do. They are able to tune in to whatever it is that's your pain or perceived weakness. They are able to do that with their little evil selves, okay? They can do that. Not every single one of them, but a lot of them can. And that's how they are able to control and manipulate you, and get what it is that they want by the way I see it, going on the dark side of things. Because who wants to use someone's pain in order to get what you want? That's dark. So apparently she was able to kind of sense them out, but this situation caught her by surprise, which makes her feel uneasy, and it makes her feel like she doesn't know. So she didn't see it coming, and she didn't plan it, because they always have to be in control. She didn't plan it, she didn't see it coming, so she doesn't know how to fix it, which brings us here to her recruiting and working with Wiley. So she has something in mind as to why she's working with him, okay? And I can't wait to tell y'all. So just hang on. We're gonna keep saging this. So the best that she sees out of the situation, which is her recruiting Wiley to work with her on her show. It's a lot of words, and you know what, you guys, I had to put them all in there, all of them, and I'm gonna, because they're all important. Every single word I put in here is important to get the complete 100% perspective, the 360 degrees of it, which is how I like to give it to you guys. I don't like to just give you a little piece of this and a little piece of that and a little piece of this and a little piece of that. You know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm all in. So here we go. The best of it. So just hang in there with me, okay? Follow me with this. The best of it is the Knight of Swords. All right? He was upright. He was upright. The Knight of Swords. Now, first of all, have you guys noticed there's lots of swords? The first three positions are all swords. Swords are words. They represent words. They represent intellect. They represent cutting through the BS. You know, swords in general, they're good. They are good. They can be cutting. It depends, because you know what, the blade cuts two ways. All right, so when someone's in a good person's hands, the swords are good. In a bad person's hands, they're not. Okay, so let's go ahead and get with this, because it's a lot. So the best of it. Oh, another thing I need to tell you guys, in case you're not familiar with tarot, welcome. But I got to put everybody on the same even plane. So with the court cards, the kings, queens, the knights, and the pages, in general, they usually represent a person, if not the person, which is the querent, or someone in their life. Okay, this is the Knight of Swords in the best position. This Knight of Swords represents Wiley. This is how she sees Wiley. Now, I don't follow that man, so I'm not for sure if this 100% matches up with him. You guys can let me know in the comments below. But from what I've seen of him, it pretty much matches up. Because like I said, if I listen to him too long, it kind of makes me nauseated. It makes my stomach turn. For real. I'm not joking. Now, that ain't funny. I ain't laughing. So the Knight of Swords, the way she sees him, and like I said, this is Wiley, a young man with a destructive energy who has a dramatic and ruinous nature. This energy moves so fast that it may feel chaotic and will cause confusion. This person appears insensitive to others' feelings. However, you find them strangely magnetic. This night will force you to learn the lesson of discernment and have the strength to overcome emotionally charged decisions. Okay. Since I already feel like this video is going to be long, I'm not going to say that again. I do like to repeat myself when it's something like so pointed, but I encourage you to, you know what, I'm going to do it. A young man with a destructive energy who has a dramatic and ruinous nature. Destructive energy? I heard about that library. This energy moves so fast that it may feel chaotic and will cause confusion. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but in a previous reading that I did, where he was the magician, it said that his words move, but his hands move faster than the eyes and the words. Okay? This energy moves so fast that it may feel chaotic and will cause confusion. This person appears insensitive to others' feelings, which he does. In one of those videos, I said what he had said about the previous panel, and he was way out of line, and he's very insensitive. He's like a shock jock. That's what I was saying. However, Avatar finds him strangely magnetic. But what she doesn't understand, this night will force you to learn the lesson of discernment and have the strength to overcome emotionally charged decisions. Emotionally charged decisions. That sounds familiar as well. Now, here's what she sees as the best of it. This person is easily set up to do her dirty work, allowing her hands to remain clean. And he does not even have to be prompted to be low down. Now, if you guys recall some of those previous lives and stuff, and I didn't watch the low down dirty ones because I was gone by then. I was way gone by then. My energy vibrates way too high to be dealing with all of that. I jumped ship way before then, okay? I already had my life vest jacket on and lowered the side boat, and I was already gone, rowing away. I was like, I'm gone off this ship. This ain't right. I was gone. but I heard about several lives that led up to some of the more recent ones right prior, Lord help me, the ones prior to Plez leaving, how horrible they were. Like, she was just really going in on folks or something. And the thing about it is that, and all the panel said, and I'm bringing that up to say this, they said they felt uncomfortable. They said that they were not made aware of what the topics would be, and they were just they felt put on the spot, and they felt uncomfortable. And here's the thing about it. I'm not them. I don't know whether they felt uncomfortable or not, because then Avatar came in and played something at one point and said that they were laughing and smiling and going in on folks right along with her. However, what I do know, what I saw and sensed with my own eyes right before I, like I said, put on my own life jacket and got the hell off that boat, was I saw her putting them on the spot sometimes. Like, I could see it. I could visually see them being uncomfortable and being put on the spot. So I know that did happen. Now, whether or not they had times where they were all happy about talking mess about people, maybe, okay? But what she feels like is the best about the Wiley man is this person is easily set up to do her dirty work, which allows her hands to remain clean. He doesn't have to be prompted to be low down. She don't even have to say, all she has to say, if anything, is go. Go. And 3, 2, 1, we're live. And he's on it. He's just low down. And, I don't know how close he is to the floor, because I said in a previous video, I think he's short anyway. But you know what? I could be child. That man could be 7'1". I don't know. He could be real tall, but he just got that little man syndrome. So he close to the floor anyway. So low down ain't nothing to him. He already low down. He low down to the ground already. All right, let's clarify this. This clarifier. This one is it's not funny. I was gonna say this one is funny. It's not funny, but it fits so perfectly, and I'm gonna read it in its entirety. All right. So this clarifier, the card itself talks about it being like trends to try, what to buy, and deals. All right. So breaking it down, the meaning of this card is, in essence, this person looks for all deals in life that helps them not put in the work to maintain the relationship while appearing to do so, as if looking for 50% off deals for all of their relationships. This person wants the best outcome without putting in the hard work. In other words, they take, but do not have intention to give the same effort in return. More like a BOGO deal, when you buy one, get one free. I know all my ladies know about the BOGOs. Okay, meaning free of their effort. When this card shows up, it should be pretty obvious that the relationship, whatever kind, friend, family, business, or spouse, is a lopsided one. It may be the querent or the other party that is considered the taker. This goes perfectly with everything I just said. So the best of it is that she can kind of coast with Wiley, because he's going to do her dirty work for her without even being prompted, because like I said, he's already close to the ground, so he don't even gotta get low down. Okay, so let's move on to the next position, which is the worst. Because for me, I mean, look at this, is how this woman thinks. The best of it is that, hey, I'm recruiting someone, he's kissing my butt, he's already gonna get low down. I don't even have to ask him or tell him to get low down in a gutter. He's already willing to do it. I don't even have to say nothing. you know, which also, on the other hand, gives her an opportunity, if she so chooses, to venture or explore. It gives her the opportunity to play the good cop. You know what I mean? If he's the bad cop, she can be the good cop. So he's really making it very easy for her. And and this is what's the best in her mind. So let's look at what's the worst in her mind. I ask. Okay. But first, but first, let me ask you guys to do me this little favor. Click like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and subscribe and click the bell. Okay, ring my bell. All right, ring my bell. Ring the bell so that you are aware and notified whenever I drop another video where Tarot spills the tea on these hot, steaming topics. Also, feel free to drop down in the comments to let me know if you want Tarot to spill the tea on anyone else or any other situation. All right, my mind is open. Moving right along. So, in the worst position is the High Priestess, and that was in the reverse. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is classic narcissism. They will drive themselves crazy. And also, I kind of felt sorry for her for a second, because can you imagine your mind driving yourself crazy? So let me go ahead and sage this out and break it down. So the High Priestess, she is a person whose third eye is open. Okay, she can see things. You know, people say, I can see you coming a mile away. She can see you coming, 10 days away. You know what I'm saying? She uses her intuition. Okay, that's just very, very basic definition or meaning or whatever. She can feel and see and know things. The worst for Avatar, as it relates to recruiting, and I think this is not just recruiting Wiley, but since my question is pointed at Wiley, yes, it has to do with him, but also in general, the worst for her is repressed intuition, which makes her question her own inner knowing. All right, so that's torture. When you know what you know, and you already know what you know that you know, but then you question it, you going back and forth with yourself, that's torture. Secrets being kept from her, hidden motives of others, having no foresight. All right, and I should also put no foresight, no insight, just being blindsided actually, and unable to read the situation clearly. That's her worst. That is her worst nightmare, which she believes that happened already. So she is constantly on edge. She has imprisoned her own mind, because it's like she doesn't trust anyone now. Because she didn't see this coming. She didn't see it coming. And for someone such as herself, the Avatar being the narcissist that she is, like I said, and I'll say it again, they think they know everything. So for a person who thinks that they know everything and can see everything and that they are all knowing, for them to feel blindsided, it has totally, oh my gosh, they playing that song, I think it's by Darnell, that R&B song, knocks me off my feet, and I don't want to you with, and he say, knocks me off my feet. Okay, so See, I was smiling when I was singing right now. She ain't smiling. She feels like she was knocked off her feet, and she ain't smiling. I'm not making fun of nobody. Because like I said, I'm surprised Forrest Swords didn't show up. All them swords and stuff. She had 3, you know, all them swords. But she's imprisoned. So the worst of it, I believe she's already experiencing it. She's imprisoned in her own mind because she doesn't feel like she can trust. Not only does she not feel like she can trust anyone, she also doesn't feel like she can trust her own intuition. I cannot even imagine. Okay, you can't trust yourself? That's basically what it boils down to. You second guessing yourself, girl. But it's just that she felt so blind. See, what it is she had pumped her own self up, believing that she knew everything, and then this happened, and she didn't handle it right. We all know that. And so then things occurred afterwards, and she just feels like, where did this come from? Girl, you know where it came from. Girl. All right. Let me get to the clarifier. We ain't even at the clarifier. We almost done, y'all. So, hang on. I'll admit, I did laugh a little bit when I saw the clarifier for this one. Okay? It was a little bit funny to me. But I'm not laughing at anyone's pain, narcissist or no narcissist. I don't like for anyone to feel pain. Okay? But it's clarified by mutiny. Okay? An open rebellion against the proper authorities, especially by soldiers or sailors against their officers. Excuse me. Which is why, which actually before this clarifier even came up, and pardon me for coughing. Hopefully that wasn't loud in you guys' ear. That is my allergies. And I am taking my allergy pills. But anyway, so I had already felt a recruiting vibe before this clarifier even came up. So the mutiny, you know, has to do with, you know, soldiers and stuff. And, you know, an open rebellion. Like I said, that's why she feels in the present that 3 of swords. The 3 of swords. So, you know, she feels stabbed in the back. She, you know, feels like it. So this, like I said, this is in the worst position. So basically, the same thing that just happened over this last month and a half, that happening again would be her worst nightmare. And it keeps her on pins and motherfucking needles. Pins and needles. Like I said, she's in her own prison in her mind because she doesn't know who to trust. She does not know who to trust currently, right now. And I know it didn't help that Nosy did that video the other day talking about, I know what your plans is, you know, and I know that it affected her because she entertained it. She responded to it. And of course, Wiley, one-eyed Wiley is the one that brought it up. You know, like I said, he's doing her dirty work. She gets to pretend like she's not out here in these YouTube streets looking at these videos and listening to them. Because one-eyed Wiley is going to sit up here and, you know, bring it up. And then proceed to, like, talk mess or whatever. So, that's the best of it. But the worst of it is that he's smiling in your face. And even he admitted, I did see a little clip where he said he don't even know what he's looking at sometimes. So it's good that he got a sense of humor about them eyes, them wandering eyes. Do he got a partner in a relationship? Because you really can't get mad at him if your partner eyes go 2 separate ways. You can't get mad at them for having a wandering eye, looking at nobody's booty, or that, you know how, you know, like, if I catch my partner looking at another woman, I'm like, what the, you know. But if they eyes go two different directions, you can't really get mad because you don't know. I mean, they eyes wander. They naturally wander. You can't get mad. So you know. So I wonder how his partner feel. Cause you can't get mad at him. Anyway, I'm sorry. I sidetracked a little bit. But he even admitted that he said his biggest challenge is he can't see what he looking at or something. And he be talking to people and they don't know if he looking at them. They don't know if he's talking to them because his eyes ain't looking at them. That's kind of, but at least he got a sense of humor about it. And then it just made me think, like, if he was in a relationship, how can you get mad for his eyes wandering? They wander. You know what I would do? I would tell him, you put a patch on one of them. Put a patch on one of them. Your weak eye, put a patch on it. You gonna be a captain or whatever, Captain Jack. Put a patch on your weak eye so I know where your good eye is looking. Okay. Anyway, mutiny is her worst fear. Let's keep going. The next position is what's to come. Here we are with another court card which represents a person. The person we are talking about is Mr. Wiley. All right. So what's to come? Now, if everything remains the same, what's to come in this situation with her recruiting him? She's recruited him. Okay. What's to come is that this person will be labeled, if not already labeled, as King of Beasts. And honestly, I was just thinking labeled as a beast. But they say King of Beasts. This is King of Wands. And it was upright. What's to come? And what it means is they're quick-tempered, selfish, impatient, controlling, arrogant, with an inflated ego. That's what's to come that she's going to be dealing with as she continues to work in this manner. You know, she's using him to do all the dirty work, allowing him to spew out this rhetoric, nonsense, negativity. He's going to be known as, if not already, the King of Beasts. And I supplied a little, picture, the closest I could get to his photo without, using his real photo. And so anyway, let's go ahead and look at the clarifier. This took me out. She'll be asking Spirit to remove this person from her life completely. She'll be asking Spirit to remove this person from her life completely. Moving right along. So we're at the bonus card, the energy snapshot, which is this person's energy as they are going over this decision-making process. And again, this is Avatar. Why is Avatar recruiting Wiley as a co-host? This is her energy behind all of this. So she's choosing a new partner. She's trying to find harmony in the polarities. All right, they're polar opposite. She's trying, to be honest, I don't feel like they're actually opposite. That's what she wants us to believe. Like I said before, she's having him do her dirty work. She's having him do her dirty work. All right, so she wants us to, she's trying to find someone who will just do it without people being able to see her making them do it or set them up to do it. And so far right now, like, this is all she has. All right, she wants us to believe, I think at some point, if she hasn't already, because like I said, I can't watch the whole show of hers, which I'm not even interested in watching it, but I peek to feel out the energy. When I decide that I'm gonna do a reading on her or him, I look at them. Okay, I got to give them a couple of minutes to look at them to pick up their energy. All right. So anyway, and trying to balance personal growth and challenges. See, what's happening right now, she's being forced to have personal growth, and she's fighting it. Because was this... Okay, so no, this wasn't in reverse. I was going to say, I felt like this was in reverse, but no, it wasn't. But I know that her energy is fighting this growth. Because, see, in order to actually grow, she'd have to admit that she was wrong. She ain't about to do that. She is not about to do that. So she's fighting it. But the universe and higher powers and God, see, I believe in God, but, you know, they'll put you in situations to force you to grow. And you know what? The universe didn't even put her in this situation. She did this to herself. But nevertheless, this is still an opportunity for her to grow. And I don't think she sees it that way. Not the way that we see it. Like, I'm talking about personal growth, spiritual growth. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The wind was knocked out of her. I don't know if you guys ever experienced, I know I did when I was a kid, and I thought I was going to die, y'all. Having the wind knocked out of you. She had the wind knocked out of her. So that's a better way of explaining it versus saying like, oh, she's sad and depressed and all this. She's sad, she is acting like a victim. She does have like a victim kind of a, whether she's showing us or not, she is sad because it happened to her. Like I said, she ain't sad for nobody else. She's sad about herself. She is taking on a victimhood type of thing, but what it feels like is like the wind was knocked out of her, and she's trying to balance personal growth as she defines it. See, you have to understand that narcissists, we may speak English with the narcissist, but have different meanings. Okay? And that's how I'm going to put it. Let's continue. This clarifier was funny to me. This shit was funny to me. This was funny to me. So the actual card says, I love you, but not the way that you want me to. And it's so funny because you can substitute the word love for like or want, because I'm sure she's not telling him, well, let me back up. Let me back up. I'm not sure anyway, but I'm not saying that she's telling this wandering Wiley eye person that she loves him. That's not what I'm implying, okay? So replace the word love with want to work with, okay? Replace it with anything that is about working with this person. What's funny to me is that it was in reverse, which means she's keeping this to herself. She's allowing him to believe that he has it in the bag. I don't know that phrase. I know what I'm trying to say, but I have it in the bag or whatever. She's allowing him to get comfortable while she's still recruiting. Don't make any kind of mistake about it. This avatar is still recruiting because she's not satisfied with him. Because, he's not good. He's not good. He's not quality. He's not quality. He's like the bottom of the barrel. And I'm not trying to diss him. You know what I'm saying? Because who am I? As Andrew Carr will be saying, who are me to judge? But I'm just saying, the man is not of substance and quality. I don't think he has any principles, and so he's like a substitute teacher. Like, well, let me take that back. He ain't no teacher, but like a substitute, like a fill-in, placeholder. I'm sorry. Spirit said placeholder. 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 Okay. And she's not making it very clear and plain to him that, sir, Wondering Willie, you're just a placeholder. She is allowing him to get comfortable and think, you got this. So, and he thinks it. He thinks it. Even if she does tell him, I'm still looking, because I need somebody to look me straight in the eyes. I don't know, but how their conversations go, but he still thinks that he got it. He thinks he got it. He thinks he's in good. And it's just so weird because he thinks the more he acts up, the more that solidifies his, because she's feeding that to, she wants him to do her dirty work. He's picked up on that. So he's doing it. And he feels like the more he does it, the more that solidifies his place. But in actuality, it doesn't, though. It really doesn't. This avatar is still recruiting. She's still looking to get back in good grace. And I feel like once she, first of all, you know what? Skip all of that. Let's go to where she, what was that? The what's to come with his ego and everything. And she's going to ask Spirit to take him up out of there real quick, fast, and in a hurry. She's going to leave him on the platform. And however long that's going to be, his head is going to get bigger. Okay? His head is going to get bigger. And that's going to be all of that inflated ego-ness. That's what's to come. And she's not going to, first of all, she ain't going to allow not near person to be, I said not near. I don't even know how you spell not near. Not near person to be on her show, her platform, and become bigger than her, more like than her, or even think that they are bigger than her. We already seen her, players had the receipts. She was deleting those messages and she lied and said, oh, it put down the rest of the panel. No, it did not. But actually she said she didn't delete them. She said another person deleted them, her mods. And then I saw somebody, one of the mods said, yes, I did. So what is it to you? Like he wanted to fight. First of all, do you understand this is a computer? We on a computer. How we gonna fight? If you want to fight, if you want to fight and somebody else want to fight, how y'all gonna fight? How you gonna fight through the computer screen? You really is touched. You are touched. You are really, really touched. He act like he wanted to fight. Fight who, where, when, how? Through a computer screen? Good Lord, y'all all touched. All these, anyway, not everybody. Let me, but he was very aggressive as she was speaking in that Monica Finally Speaks interview, saying she didn't delete Plez's compliments. One of her mods did, and then the mod was modding and saying it was me, and he was being all aggressive. What's it to you? Just all kind of talking mess. Why are you talking mess like something getting ready to pop off, like we in a club? We ain't in a club. We ain't in a club. Like Jamie Foxx said in his comedy show about LL Cool J with Any Given Sunday, when he said LL Cool J was putting on lip gloss and running out and talking about we got a gang, let's go. Jamie Foxx said, he looked at him and said, we ain't got a gang. We ain't got a gang. We acting. So I'm like, dude. And I'm saying dude because the name was masculine, He's sitting up here talking mess in the comments, in the live chat or whatever, as if he wants to fight. We ain't in the club. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. Simmer down. But anyway, which to me, your mods reflect you. Because they go by directive, to my understanding, And soon I'm gonna have them, because guess what? Soon I'm gonna go live too. Woo woo. Anyway, but they go by your directive, and even if they don't, what you do is you train them or get rid of them. Period. So even if she didn't give the mod the directive to delete the compliments for Plez, she knew about it and she kept them. So either way, that's messed up. Okay, you can't swim your way up out of this. Like, that's messed up, Avatar. But the point is, my point, bringing it back to the point, is that she ain't gonna have nobody having a shining on her channel bigger than her. And wide-eyed Wiley is gonna, that's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner, you know. And she gonna experience to take him completely out of her life. That's what it said. He gonna be calling, and it's gonna, you know what? I forgot all about that. I was gonna say he gonna be calling, and his call ain't gonna be answered or returned. And I forgot all about that. That's her style. That's her MO. I forgot all about that. Spirit just dropped that down and showed me he's gonna be calling and ain't gonna get answered. And then as I was speaking it, I remembered that is what she be doing. He's gonna experience that, but he's gonna deserve it, because, like I said in a previous reading, when he was saying that they was trying to take over her channel, he was talking about himself. Plez was not trying to take over her channel. Can't nobody convince me that Plez was trying to take over her channel. But that's what this crazy one-eye Willie, teeny tiny eye, big eye, little eye, T-eye and tiny eye, you know, that's what he said. That's the words he said, that she was trying to take over his channel. Or her channel, excuse me. But no, she was not. But I knew when those words left his mouth that he was talking about himself. And I can see it in this reading. That's what's coming. And she ain't going to allow it. He going to get one of them non-call calls or whatever. Them non-answered calls. So, let's keep going. One more thing before we move on to the next. I wanted to add right here is that notice the imagery. She wants him to lift her up. That's what this imagery is all about. This is a major arcana card. It's the Lovers. The Lovers does not actually mean it's a romantic relationship. The Lovers actually means there's a decision to be made. There's like a heavy decision that needs to be made. There's a heavy decision, the energy, because remember, this is the energy. There's a decision that needs to be made. And remember, my question is, why, Wiley, why does she choose to recruit Wiley, you know? So this imagery says it all. She wants him to lift her up. And I touched on that already by way of saying she gets to be the good guy. And he's willing to do it. He is so, if only he actually looked like that man. That man got muscles. Anyway, he just needs to be, well, he can be his own, okay, anyway, I'm getting all into the imagery just a little bit too much. But the lifting up, notice that the man is lifting her up. That is her energy right now. This is the energy snapshot. And I'm always talking about imagery because imagery is important. Look at this. She's using him to, she feels like this is what's happening right now. All right. He's a space saver. How did Spirit tell me to say it? Space saver. Space holder. All right. So I had to add that. All right. Moving right along. All righty. Last but not least, this is Indigo Sage asking you guys, since you've made it this far, please support me by clicking like and subscribe. Okay, I'm just a little old channel just trying to grow, Get in where I fit in, don't you know? All right, but seriously, it means a lot to me. You guys' support means a lot to me. Thank you for even just listening. But please click subscribe and like. I really, really would appreciate it. And I will not make you wait long for more content. Also, be safe. You know, I got to say that. Be safe because it's still out there. And, you know, at least just let's keep washing our hands. Washing our hands, washing our hands, washing our hands, washing our hands. All right? It's something small that we can do. Because they said that we're all getting, oh my gosh, I forgot what it was called, but it was something like clean fatigue, you know, but they didn't say clean. I'm calling it clean fatigue because I'm telling you, I would come in and just spray everything and everybody down and the walkway, the hallway, just everything, you know. I don't do all of that anymore, but you know, I'm just thinking the least we can do just to be safe is at least wash our hands. All right, you guys be safe and be blessed.